AI. This voice is made using AI.
Abu Ghraib prison was the most important and dangerous prison in Iraq during Saddam Hussein's era. Criminals and those who opposed the Ba'ath regime were imprisoned there, and tens of thousands ended their lives inside by execution. Leftists, independents, Arabs, Kurds, Turkmen, Muslims, Christians, and Sabaeans from every sect and ethnicity. Any opponent of Saddam would end up dead in this prison. Escaping was extremely difficult, especially during the Ba'ath era, as security, intelligence, police, and guards monitored every breath of the prisoners. But one hero, Ali Aryan, had a different plan. Ali was a 23-year-old Iraqi who joined the Palestinian Fatah movement and fought with them in Lebanon, along with many Iraqis who were fighting to liberate Palestine at the time. In 1979, he decided to return to Iraq to visit his family for a month before continuing his struggle. But as soon as he arrived at Baghdad airport, the intelligence arrested him and took him to a prison in the Bataween area of Baghdad, which was originally a Jewish temple turned into a terrifying detention center. Ali says, "They put me in cell number 27 on the second floor, measuring 5'4" meters, with 38 detainees. We could barely breathe. Among us was the head of Ba'ath Party operations in Egypt, who had angered Saddam and was imprisoned, along with Islamists, communists, and independent Iraqis, even though this intelligence prison was supposedly for foreigners. Ali stayed in that cell for 4 months before they moved him to a new intelligence building in Andalus Square, Baghdad. After 6 months, he appeared before the Revolutionary Court. The judge asked him, "Are you a communist?" He replied, "No, I believe in the Palestinian cause," and joined Fatah. The judge got angry and shouted, "Shut up. No one will liberate Palestine except the Ba'ath Party under Saddam's leadership. You're working with Yasser Arafat, the traitor." Who's siding with Khomeini at that time? Relations between Saddam and Arafat were strained. The judge sentenced Ali to life imprisonment under Article 162 for espionage, and he was transferred to Abu Ghraib prison. Ali says, "From the moment I entered, I decided not to think about the length of my sentence so I wouldn't collapse. I focused on earning the guards' trust and kept myself busy with sports to stay strong. I started working in the kitchen, cooking well and memorizing the needs of each section and the number of prisoners. Over time, I became the officers' personal cook, washing their clothes and cleaning their belongings to gain their trust, and they began to rely on me for everything. Escape was nearly impossible due to the heavy security, informants among prisoners, and even if someone managed to escape, there was nowhere to hide since the party and security forces were everywhere. So Ali decided to wait for the perfect moment. In 1984, intelligence officer Hassan Saeed asked him to prepare a special meal for a new prisoner named Hussein. Over time, Ali began serving food directly to Hussein, and the intelligence's trust in him grew so much that sometimes they took him outside the prison for shopping trips. In early 1985, the officer began giving him the key to Hussein's cell to open and lock it himself. Ali strengthened his relationship with Hussein, who was initially afraid of him but began to trust him after hearing his story. They agreed on a plan to escape by putting sleeping pills in the tea of the officers and intelligence agents. But after careful thought, they realized the plan wouldn't work, since even if the officers fell asleep, how would they get out of the prison? On May 1st, 1985, a pardon was issued for Saddam's birthday, but neither of them was included. Family started visiting and bringing his needs. Hussein asked Ali for his cell key. Ali drew it in detail and gave it to Hussein's wife, who made a copy and brought it during a visit. However, a short time later, Hussein was transferred to a section where family visits were forbidden, while Ali remained in the open sections. Years passed, and with Saddam's invasion of Kuwait on July 31st, 1990, the prison situation changed. Courtyards were opened, sections were mixed, and visits resumed. With the start of the Gulf War on January 12, 1991, Ali and Hussein decided their chance had come. Hussein told his wife to be ready every day at 9 p.m. in case an opportunity arose. Ali, experienced in car repairs, had a broken intelligence car and told the officers it would take 10 days to fix. Hussein told him about a third man who wanted to escape named Sayyid Joffer, and Ali agreed. They asked their friend Sabah Jabbar to sew olive green uniforms resembling those of the intelligence officers, which he did perfectly. Sabah, a former soldier, had Kurdish friends who promised to help them reach Iran after escaping. On February 10, 1991, amid the ongoing bombings, the four, Hussein, Sayyid Jaffer, and Sab, agreed that this was the night of their escape. They coordinated with the prisoners in charge of the head count, so the three would be with Ali during dinner, ensuring they appeared accounted for. Ali left in the intelligence car, intentionally delaying his return to reduce suspicion, then came back after 10:30 p.m. to tell them the officers had gone to sleep. They put on the olive uniforms and got into the car. Ali driving, Hussein next to him, Sabah and Joffer in the back. At the officer's gate, the guard shined his light on them. Hussein said, "Go, open the gate." Ali turned on the cars. High beams in the guard's face, making him rush to open the gate. One gate after another opened until they were finally outside. They reached Hussein's house in Almansa with help from a patrol officer who thought they were intelligence agents and guided them. Hussein reunited with his family, and they agreed to escape together through Kurdistan. They abandoned the intelligence car and took a relative's car toward Kirak, renting a house there, but the landlady started asking many suspicious questions, which worried them, so they paid the rent and left, heading to Suleimaniya. They arrived late at night, not knowing where to go, wandering until they reached a gas station where a kind Kurdish worker offered to host them. He took them to his home, gave them 2 rooms upstairs, fed them, and hosted them for a whole week free of charge, helping them plan their next move. In April, the Kurdish uprising began, making it easier for them to cross into Iran, ending a harsh chapter of their lives.